Game, unbelievable atmosphere. Thank you as always to our fans. So much appreciate getting a chance to coach in a building like that with an atmosphere like that. I was telling Tony Smith for a little bit there, it was starting to feel like the Forum out in LA in the 1980s. We had so many luminaries in the crowd, but just grateful for the way that our guys responded to, it's been a challenging stretch for us. Even if you go back 3 weeks ago, we lost to Seton Hall at their place. A lot of stuff has transpired. Our guys have fought and battled. Yesterday in practice, the guys came in with unbelievable energy. And about a half hour in, Cam jumped up to shoot a three and he landed on someone's foot and sprained his ankle. And this is the first time I've seen this with this group, but there was a real, they were down, the guys were down, so we just tried to pick each other up. And Cam actually is crazy enough, he wanted to try to go. You saw him start the game, and he actually made a shot, but he couldn't move. So we'll work around the clock to get that ankle back to where it needs to be, and hopefully he can get back out there for us real soon. But really proud of the way the guys responded today to a tough start and just continuing to fight.
Speaking of injuries, Chase is out of the sling, but just what's the update with him?
He's day to day. He's not been cleared yet to play with contact in practice. So that's kind of the next step for him, is to be able to practice with actual contact. He's doing shooting drills. He looks good. Shooting the ball from outside, dunking the ball, doing everything that you would do in basketball outside of contact. So, hopefully we'll be able to get him back out there and practice soon. And then, if that goes well, we can get him in the game.
With Cam out and Tyler only scored 4 points, just what does that say about the depth of this team?
Well, it says a lot about the character of our guys. I think Ben Gold deserves a ton of credit the last couple games, just taking on an expanded role that I felt for a while that he was ready for, and he hasn't blinked. And he's been terrific on the defensive end in both of these games, and obviously doesn't hurt when he makes 3 threes. The 2 freshmen coming in and just fighting and scrapping and clawing, giving us contributions. These Big East games are not easy for freshmen, and I thought those guys gave us a good lift. Stevie Mitchell's another guy that we just need more from him with those guys being out, and he's delivered. Ready to shoot, the normal Stevie Mitchell energy, rebounding the basketball, finishing around the basket. He has real character, and we really appreciate who he is.
I think it was about halfway through the second half. Jock got a deflection, you high-fived him on the sideline, and then the next play he made that and one in transition. Just what did you like from him today and just these past few games?
And we always say, just 2 kids from the state of Wisconsin getting a chance to live out our dreams. And it's been good to see Jock take on an added aggressiveness, with the injuries that we've had. Jock is a guy that when he's aggressive and he has a clarity about him, he's tough to deal with on the offensive end. And I thought he had that today, was really attacking, but he also got his hands on the basketball a lot. I don't have the deflection numbers in front of me as individual guys. We had 34 as a team. But I think Jock was up there, and he might actually get that deflection belt for this game. We'll see.
Coach, 5 steals and no turnovers for Stevie in 36 minutes. What's impressed you most about how he's been able to maintain his efficiency while playing in a larger role?
Yeah, the 36 minutes is impressive for him because Stevie playing 1 minute requires the energy of a normal player playing 3 minutes. So him playing 36 minutes is like a normal person playing over 100 minutes. I'm serious. What this guy does is not human from the standpoint of both ends of the floor and the relentless energy that he brings and the energy that he gives to his teammates. I kept asking him, do you need a break? And of course he's so prideful, he said no. And at one point there was like 3 seconds until the next media timeout, so I thought that'd be a good time to sub him. But he was terrific on both ends. When you have a team with guys who A, have really terrific character, and B, truly care about one another and love one another, then you have a chance to get through adversity. And like a lot of teams, we've hit some adversity with these injuries, but the guys have really stayed together.
Just what was the difference there in the first 10 minutes? I know you didn't take the lead there till late in the first half, and then you really stretched it out early in the second half. What was the key to kind of getting unlocked?
I thought to start the game offensively, we were really slow. We were not pushing the ball the way we need to. And in the half court, our pace was not our way. And I thought that Tyler and Oso, had a tentativeness about them and almost a kind of a look on their face that, I don't know, someone was troubling those guys. Now, it's really easy for me or any of the other 17,751 people watching to see that and say that. What's really hard is to flip it during the game. And they both did that. And our offense got better. We got to attacking more. When we play with speed and pace, we're tough to deal with because Oso can bring the ball just like anyone else, and he can create. And I thought today that particular opportunity for us on offense, him having the ball and putting him in some pick and rolls, was very good for us.
Against DePaul, and today you used a big lineup where you had Gold and also in the same rotation, and then you put Joplin at small forward like he was last year. What's your reaction to it? What's the thought that you want to do more of that, or?
So Benny Gold and Oso, I call those guys the Twin Towers. It's not quite Elijah and Samson, but our version. Those guys have been good together, those two, all year when they've been in. We've not played them together a lot with Jop, but today being 3 perimeter players down with Sean, Chase, and Cam, kind of had to. And it's a very good lineup offensively. You got shooting with Jop and Ben, you've got creating and ball handling with Oso. So you don't lose anything at all on offense. You obviously gain size, which is never a bad thing. But defensively now, Jop and Oso both got to guard out on the perimeter. Ben's done a heck of a job guarding the other team's bigs. And I thought they did a nice job today. So we definitely will probably be going back to that some. We just got to continue to understand how to help each other, and when we do go trap, how to rotate with that lineup in the game.
Ben hit those 2 threes the other night at DePaul. Did you see a different, more confident Ben after that?
3 threes. He had 3
Right.
threes at
What
DePaul.
about the back?
And back to back. And 3 threes today. So we'll take that any day of the week. But I think what is even more impressive, Ben Gold, he's got incredible potential. He's just scratching the surface of what he can do. What I really, really like about his last 2 games, and I think it's more than 2, I have to look back, but he's really been playing well on defense. He's been active, he's been rebounding, he's been good in pick and roll defense, he's got his hands on the ball, and the shooting, he's one of the best. If we can get him shot opportunities, he's going to make them.
Also had that one-handed cross-court pass to Jop in the corner for 3. Are you continually surprised by his passing vision?
No, I'm not surprised because he's one of the best. I get mad sometimes when those guys try to thread the needle and throw it out of bounds, but I guess you got to take the good with the bad. But yeah, I mean, this is something for all of us, starting with me, to truly appreciate. We got 2 of the best passers that this program or this league has seen in Tyler and Oso. And sometimes you appreciate something more after they've moved on. I'll tell you, on my side, every time they make a great pass, I appreciate that. I thought the lob that Tyler had to Oso late, where he dunked the ball, was a high-level read because he threw it at the exact right time, and it didn't come open until the very end of the play.
Before the game, Doc Rivers had his press conference, and I asked him about you, and he said you were one of the first people he called. What did you talk to him about? What was your message to him as he was wrestling with the decision to come back to coach?
So he's someone that I've known for quite a while because I tried to recruit his son, Austin, when I was an assistant coach at Florida. And he's always been so kind to me. And he didn't have to be, big-time NBA player, big-time NBA coach. I'm a nobody as an assistant coach, and even after that, and he's always taking my calls, he's always texting me back, and then I got the job here, and he's always been so kind and supportive. A couple times when he's been in town, I've asked him to speak to the guys. He's always been great with that. He's undefeated when he's at our games. And so he's just a special, there's not a lot of alums of a program that are an NBA championship level coach. And now, it's amazing, the universe has created this dynamic where he's the head coach of the Bucks in the same city that we're in the same arena. So, believe it or not, this is rare for me during the season, I'm going to the Bucks game tonight. All right, and I know Doc's not coaching yet, but it's Doc's team, and I'm just so excited that he's here, and I can't wait, to have him around the guys some and get a chance to continue to learn from him.
Just seeing how this team has been able to bounce back with this win against Seton and battle through these injuries, what confidence does that give you as you get closer into February and March? And I guess what did you learn, or what are you learning about this team as you get closer to March?
We have resilient guys. They love each other. There's an opportunity to go do something special if we can just continue to believe and trust our process, even as there's twists and turns in the circumstances. I mean, when Cam went down, we got together today as a group. We were walking through, and we knew he was going to try to play, but that he might not be able to play a lot. So I said, guys, listen, if we went out to practice and I said, okay, Stevie, Jop, Tyler, Oso, Ben, you guys are on the gold team, for example. How would you feel? How would you feel about your chances? And what if I said, okay, now instead of practice, we're going to play Seton Hall? You'd go after it. And so that's what we're doing today. And I thought the guys did a great job of that. This is hard. I mean, to play at this level, to win at this level is hard. We're going to continue to have challenges. We go on the road for our next game against a really, really good team. And if we expect to win, we have to get past hard. That's the only way. Sometimes human nature dictates that you'd like it to be easy, but that's just not the case here. And I think we've got a group of guys that, for the most part, are owning that and really, really deciding we're going to do this for each other. And we need some good fortune, to get a couple of guys that are out back healthy and be able to go at it with. Obviously, Sean's out for the rest of the year, but with everybody else at 100%. One other thing, my favorite quarterback was in the house. I love Jordan Love. And I never really, since I got into coaching, have watched much NFL. But I watch the Packers now because of him. And so to have him here was phenomenal. And Jordan, we got to find a way to get your address so we can send you a bunch of Marquette gear. And you two are undefeated, so we got to get you back.